Welcome, everybody. You ever feel like your life is just too complicated? There's too much family drama going on. You don't know who you love sexually and who you're related to. Sometimes it's both. Welcome to the attic. It's VC's Peasies. Blanket? Oh, so ignorant.
Where is...
My phone's under my ass.
Oh, it's pre-warmed.
Yeah, I'm gonna pre-warm
My notes.
Pre-warm the newts. Following up, Wes Bentley was the actor who filmed the plastic bag flying around in American Beauty.
There we do be.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you didn't listen to the last episode. At least you didn't do it all the way
Shame.
through. And I am upset.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
It do be shameful for you. And here it's time to...
Okay, we're the last mini boy, last novella.
Last Wildflower. These aren't flowers. I can't let this go.
They're not flowers.
I'm sorry. I cannot.
As in the last series with the orphans, there's one more book, but this is the last one where we're gonna have like
Individual stories.
I'm interested to see if this is gonna be like a weird POV retelling. I don't.
Who knows?
Who knows?
We don't know.
I don't know.
I think I have this one. I'm sorry. I think I have the anthology because I ordered that up to the next. Well, okay. That's a whole.
It's this book.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I have it in my home.
Oh, okay. If you don't,
That was me just getting lost in a thought that, like, did I fucking order that one? I think I did.
Wow. Step back. No, look at it. Real quick.
Sure, I'll look at it.
They actually made Star Black in this one.
Yeah.
This is
Jade has jade red hair. Yeah.
way different, but also more what I
Pictured.
yeah, a little bit, yeah. Anyways,
This is a big one. You're welcome to BC's Pieces.
that's Katie.
That's Tia, and here she do be reading.
This is a little like the three
Back
sentence
sentence?
back sentence. Kat, ellipses. Like other girls, Kat has a story of her own. Yeah,
Sure, don't we all?
Just like the other girls, that's why they're fucking there. But maybe she should lie, just make something up, because the truth is more horrifying than the others could possibly imagine. Ellipses with 4 dots, and that's too many.
You get, like, monstrous about the ellipses.
That's funny. You know me. I'm a little, like, punctuaty grammar stuff. I don't know if you know. Like, I pop into the Instagrams, and I'm like, oh, you didn't finish that word. Oh.
Let me tell you. I don't know if you guys know that we're, like, kind of on Twitter. I did a Twitter. I'm bad at Twitter. I'm sorry.
Kraken. It's a seltzer. Just the original plain seltzer, because I'm an old woman.
And I misspelled something, and you can't edit tweets.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was just trying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry. You're representing both of us. Not like Jade's father's lawyer, Jade's family lawyer,
Yep.
which only...
I like, as we begin, so we have our note titles. They are usually the title of the book, and Tia notes to herself, okay, I'm buckled up, let's go.
Yeah, even though I think we both, like...
We liked
both-
Cat way better.
I did too. And isn't that sad?
I noted to myself where my phone was. I don't know. I noted to myself.
No, these are your notes.
No, I meant, like, I noted on my phone why it was funnier.
Separately?
Yeah.
From your notes?
Yes.
What? Why?
I think that I was like, I had a couple and I was going to bed and I was like, let's not forget this. Funny is over-the-top reaction to normal things. Not funny is like Star and Raven, like a singular, like, horrible, like, event, like racism or physical abuse or, like, that's not funny. But, like, an over-the-top reaction, like, spoiler alert, Kat's mom has to everyday things, like makeup, and, like, Uncle Jacob having, like, oh, you're wearing lipstick. That's funny. I don't know. That's what I thought.
I think this is...
It's a little
this
more
one was
classic.
more, yes, entertaining because of the content was hitting back to the first addresses of our stops on this book tour.
On this book train.
My analogies are broken down because of Niederman.
The book train had made a stop that we previously did made.
Wow. Okay.
We open with Are we opening with her tangled in a blanket web?
I don't know. There's like...
She's like, I was tangled like I was in a web of blankets and sleeping because I had nightmares about telling my story in my web of blankets.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, right out the gate, there's, like, less than a page prologue, so I don't even know why they called it that. And, like, in that, like, Daddy is a spider trapping her. Okay. And her mom is a P-word shredder who's obsessed with Kathy keeping her things neat and organized behind her closed bedroom door. Would you like to elaborate on that?
So we've been sharing our notes with each other, and I wrote P. I said to my friend here, I said P-word, and it wasn't until Tia said the word I hate, which, by the way, is panties. Because I was like, pussy? A pussy shredder?
And I said, no, I would have written that. And that sounds awesome.
I'm a fucking pussy shredder.
I bet someone has written that on their, like, Tinder profile.
I bet someone's written that in someone's yearbook. Pussy shredder.
I bet they have.
The face of the spider is Daddy. Cat can't keep her room clean enough. If she dare leave an undergarment, I see it for you. I didn't write panties. I wrote undergarments. Oh, I know. It says panties.
Yes.
It says panties in the book.
You can stop saying it.
I need to differentiate between the thing that Niederman said and the thing that I very kindly did to you, which is I did not write that word. I wrote undergarments.
I wrote P-word shredder because it is, like, just such a grosser... Like, it's gross. That's why I noted it. It's grosser that it's not undergarments.
Earmuffs. Panty shredder. Panty shredder. Okay, we're good.
Thanks.
So if she leaves her undergarments on a chair, Mother would shake Cat and say that these things are very private. Underwear on the chair. Cut it up and spread it out.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Mother prizes her solitude. So do I. They have a small family. There's lots of leftovers. Daddy says that she throws away enough food to feed another family, recycled from Jade's story.
Yeah, what?
What is it?
Also, there's 3... And this mother's cooking, too. I don't understand.
So, I'm going to tell you that
All right.
I have leftovers.
Uh-huh.
And I do... What you should do is you put them in the fridge and then throw the whole container away in 2 weeks when you go, oh, fuck, I didn't eat that.
That's not what you should do.
It's enough to feed a whole family.
You should either plan to have leftovers that you're going to reuse.
Generally they are, but every so often you go,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, fair.
But it's not a regular occurrence.
So, Kathy mentions, like, at the beginning that she's adopted and just recently found out, like, within the last year. So that's a different one. She really is an orphan with parents.
Wow. None of Daddy's family members, like anyone else in the family. That was just kind of like, it was like a really random, like, melange of, like, here's my family history. Daddy's family doesn't like him. Mother never goes to a doctor, and Cat was adopted. So she does not wish to tell her story, and here's a Cat quote. The other girls felt owed my story, and I wouldn't disagree, which I thought was fair. She was like, you know what? I listened to all of them, and it's only fair that they listen to me. It was less melodramatic, but also kind of sad. I don't know. I felt like I was like, oh, fuck, you're right. And I don't know.
Daddy has tried to buy Kathy more feminine night garments, but Mother is all about that thick cotton.
No pretty nighties. You get twisted up in your narcissistic thoughts before you go to sleep.
Yeah, she's like, if you wear something and you think you're attractive, you could dream about masturbating, and then you'll go to hell. Actually, there's no religious over or undertone here, really.
No, it's just like maybe bitterness or anger, or it's just like
wound.
That was a note Tia made. For real, this bitch is wound.
Wound.
She blacks out ads in magazines that are too sexy. I noted this was very Carrie's mom vibes. If you've read or seen Carrie,
I have not.
I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it because you read the book and then we see the movie. Carrie's mom is very religious and does this sort of thing.
A la Uncle Reuben and Uncle Jacob, Mother is against makeup, especially during the day. You daywalker. I don't know.
Whomst would put on a makeup during the day? It's only for night harlotry.
I don't.
It's for night harlotry.
Like, where is it? Mother warns Kathy to keep her shit in her brain and not say words.
Not say words?
Yeah, she was just like, you don't have to say anything. You shouldn't be talking. Because she's more like...
And she's anti-therapy.
Yes, very, 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 very. Also, Kathy describes her mother that her cheeks droop, quote, like wet handkerchiefs on her bones.
She's strong and hard like an old raisin.
What the fuck?
What is this?
So she's a shitty, stern Olivia Foxworth / Jacob Logan type mother, and she has cerulean blue eyes.
They return. She's sparrow boned, but not fragile. I feel like strong like an old raisin is not.
Well, they already used old tree stump a couple of books ago. Yeah, strong like an old raisin.
It's already
But also tiny, you can just throw it away.
You pick that out of your cookie.
You just toss it over your shoulder. You can never see it again.
In the woods.
Who cares if it's strong?
It's a wrap.
What's it doing?
Kat's giant tits embarrass mother. She buys Kat's clothes sizes too big. She's watched like a hawk while she's eating, and it's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
But then I think I screenshotted that whole, you don't have to say anything, Kathy.
Yeah, go for
Kathy.
it.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe.
Remember, people like to gossip. You don't have to give them anything to gossip about. You hear, Kathy? You make sure you think about everything before you speak. Once a word is out, it's out. You gotta think of your thoughts as valuable, rare birds. Cage it up in here, she said, pointing at her temple.
They talk about rare birds, exotic birds a lot.
In the, what does it say? In the best and safest place of all, your own head. It's not that safe sometimes.
No.
If she tries to make you tell something you don't want to tell, you just get yourself right up out of that chair and you call me to come fetch you hear?
Call her with what?
On the phone.
Oh, whose phone?
1-800-COLLECT. We Oughta Baby Eats a Boy.
No, that was a Geico commercial. I swear to God, because I looked it up, because I thought it was like, yeah.
Say your name. Mom can pick me up, I'm done. Anyway.
Bob, we Oughta Baby Eats a Boy.
A judge and child protection are involved in some capacity. Cerulean Blue Eyes remains. Kat has her license. It's notated for some fucking reason. Mother at one point says hopes that daddy is in hell. And Kat's like, I should probably hate him more than I do.
So Kat notes that like when she walks in, she's like the other girls were like right in the vestibule and they all turned and she's like, and they were like, and they smiled or rather smirked. And at this point, like, I can't imagine the girls smirking at her.
You feel like they've had a little bondage.
Yeah, after the last 3 days of them sharing and noting Kat's reactions with concern, I don't see that happening. Like, all of her other narrators have been like, ooh, like Kat, and like, ooh, what's her thing about? Like, it must be really bad,
being
or like,
fucking weird, yeah.
She's like so quiet, and like she's gonna throw up. Like, I just thought that was a weird thing to be like they were smirking. They weren't. I don't know.
By the by, I don't remember who said it, but one of them was like, yeah, if you weren't going to show, we're going to leave.
Yeah.
Which
it was probably Star.
I kind of enjoyed. All the girls are waiting. Mother is suspicious of attractive women, so Dr. Marlowe's okay.
Yeah. She was relieved.
A.K.A., yeah. Also, Dr. Marlowe is 6'1". She a big bitch.
I feel like they said at least 6 feet tall in another one, but... Yeah, and apparently all arms, right? All arms.
She's like, no torso,
yeah.
no torso, all limb.
Oh, like Ryan.
Aww. Shout out, you don't listen. Comments from the peanut gallery to get Kat started.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Misty has sweet eyes.
Ew. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine, I guess.
What is the screenshot? Where?
Does it have to do with that?
What kind of parents wouldn't have pictures? You're not a child, Jade said. Hardly, Star added with a laugh. One look at her will tell you that. I'm not just talking about her bosom, Jade snapped. Some girls mature faster, but physically, but that doesn't make them grown-ups. I was mature very early, I admitted. How early? Misty said, leaning toward me. I mean, I'm still waiting. Like, a lot of, like, big titty talk.
Boobies. Kat doesn't have to look in mirrors because her mother will tell her if something's wrong.
Yep.
She's like, my mother, after talking about how she was, like, relieved Dr. Marlowe, like... wasn't that attractive. It's like, my mother prided herself in how much she didn't look in the mirror. And if she caught me looking, she'd be like, I don't understand why you would do that. If something's wrong, I'll tell you. I don't think she would talk like that. But.
So, more back to Kat's tits.
Yeah, started getting boobies in 4th grade.
I relate to that statement.
Yeah.
Sports bras. So her mother was like, put the sports bra on. It's 2 sizes too small. It's going to squish you.
So you won't look as freakish.
So you won't look as freakish. It's a minimizer.
And then she was saying, like, her dad used to play Itsy Bitsy Spider on her chest.
Spidery fingers return.
Yeah, I don't...
But, when we're talking about Daddy's hands, it's notated Daddy gets weekly manicures. How very Damien Adair of him.
Very.
Kat had nail polish once, and she had to hold them in turpentine to get it off.
Right, she like went to a friend's house, which doesn't track later. Yeah, that was awful. And like, I think Jade was like, why didn't you use nail polish remover? And she was like, because we don't have nail polish, so why would you use nail polish remover? And she's like, well, my mom could get you some. And she was like, no, we don't have.
Good,
Thanks.
that was a great help 10 years ago.
Thank you.
Daddy bought all the toys.
Daddy bought all of her toys, and Mother has apparently never heard of Barbies, and smashes one that Kat's father bought her because it has boobies, so she ended up with a rag doll named Bones instead.
I just love the idea of like a fucking meat tenderizer sledgy hammer just like smacking those big plastic tits down.
So we realized these kids were, born around the same time that we were, like at 81, 82, 83 probably range here. And
never heard of a Barbie.
Yeah, so this was probably, I don't know, 86 to 88 where this Barbie happened. And her mom was like, what is this toy?
Harlotry.
It is obscene. Like, what the fuck? They existed when you were a child. Where did you grow up?
The farm. We don't know.
The meadows.
Oh. Daddy talked about current events at dinner. Mother didn't care. I wrote, Mother is literally the mother from Carrie. Dresses and shoes. Disapproving of current styles.
It sounded like you were saying she dresses in shoes. Like she just wears shoes as her outfit.
She would look at like the shoes and the dresses of others and be like, Harlotry.
Yeah.
Harlotry. Kat wore
Jesus.
lipstick once.
Yeah, she in 5th grade, like someone had brought lipstick and like she like tried. She was like put it on. She was excited, and then she knew she had to like not have it on. So she wiped it off, but it was a tiny speck, and her mom slapped her for having it on there. And then Jade is upset that parents keep treating them like children, even though they're 17. I don't know why that I don't know how that related to that, but it's a sub note, so clearly it was around the same time.
I just wrote that Jade's wicked pissed at all the physical abuse, which I kind of liked. She was like, what? She was like, that's not fucking okay.
Yeah.
People can't hit you.
Yeah.
Which hey.
It was blowing her mind.
Physical abuse?
Yeah.
Even after listening to Star's story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was... Did Star have, like, physical abuse?
You know what? Great point.
I think maybe we're thinking of Raven because other, like, person of color has the tragic story. Like, I think Raven's was more like her... Maybe her and her mom did get into fights together, but it didn't...
You mean Star?
Yes. Right. Jesus. Anyway,
it was just such an interesting note that Jade was like, she can't hit you. She's like, and you're a fucking idiot for letting her.
No, well, I mean, a little, I don't know.
Misty.
I guess this just gets alluded to because that's not until later, but
yeah.
Like at an early point, it is noted like Daddy did a bad touch, and I think we all saw that coming. Like, there's no way that
we're not being
I was
set up
expecting
for it.
anything else with that.
Yeah, Misty says, mothers can hurt worse than fathers. Mommy, it's all mommy's fault all the time. All the fucking time.
And Kat's like, I don't think you understand, actually.
Yeah, and there's like
that's when it comes out.
There's like a lot of teasing to, there's a big reveal later, and they're like, what do you mean? She's like, I'll tell you in my own time. So it's a
and
lot
then
of
Marlo's like, let her tell you in her own time.
Tell you in her own time.
Give her some space and some time to tell her into time.
She goes to a
parochial school after the lipstick incident.
Go to like Catholic school. Lots of girls sneak cigarettes though.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, your analysis of this event was great.
So she gets in trouble for smelling like smoke because she was in the bathroom with 2 girls that were smoking, but she doesn't rat them out. So this sister Margaret apparently has a nose so sensitive that she can smell the smoke Kat walked through, but she doesn't notice the girls who are actually smoking. Like, why didn't she line them up and do a sniff if she wanted to find out so bad who was doing it? Because she's like, you smell like cigarettes. And she was like, no. Like, they said, like, she could smell a cigarette a mile away. But somehow, like, she's, like, in the lunch line.
It's like, weird. I smell one right now.
Sister Margaret, like, comes up behind her, like... and she's like, you do things. And she's trying to get her to point it. She's like, the girls aren't here. I don't know anyone's name. I just started. And, like, the girls aren't here. And then, so the punishment is that she has to, like...
eat lunch in the office, just staring at the wall.
Staring at a blank wall. Because she's like, you'll eat lunch here until you rat out the kids.
She's like, great, fine.
But, like, she could have found out. It doesn't sound like this school is particularly huge. But also, I mean, if you're that wound up about it...
Go sniff.
She's like, oh, if it wasn't you, then someone else was smoking. Let me use my famous smoke detector nose.
And find out.
And she didn't.
Jade's idea of hell is a bad hairdo, according to Star. Because it's a talk about the religious school, and Star was like, your idea of hell is a bad hairdo. Why did Kat's parents adopt her anyway?
I don't know.
Someone asks. They sleep in twin beds. I could never imagine Mother getting pregnant.
And, Mother was pregnant once, but lost the baby and flushed it down the toilet. Father decided it was a great time to tell her this story one night when she was feeling, quote unquote, particularly low. She was like, one night I was feeling particularly low, and
Father gave me the ghost.
Daddy told me that Mom flushed a fetus. Like, what the? But I mean, his timing is great for
Anything.
giving information.
This is literally what happens in Carrie, except that the baby lived. By the by, she was angry that she got herself pregnant, like the mom in Carrie. Sorry. Kat spied on them, and they slept with their backs to each other. Sidebar: that is the way my husband and I sleep. We call it touching butts.
But they were in two twin-size beds also, so it's not even like...
We also say that's how the monkeys do it.
Oh.
Is they just touch butts.
Okay. Like Davy Jones and Mike Nesmith monkeys? No. Oh. Mickey Rourke.
Like Mickey Rourke.
Who's the other?
Mickey Rooney.
Pete Niederman.
Like Mickey Rourke and Mickey Rooney. The divorce was not due to an affair. Kat can say that for sure. Mm-hmm. Tease to a big reveal. Star knows why she can be that certain. Break time. I don't know. Break time. Yeah. Dr. Marlowe says she doesn't have to continue, but Kat decides it's time to tear off the mask and get out of the cage that someone else put her in. And together, they would kill the demons. This is it. This is what we like. The melodramatic language and the torridness of the...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all the other girls, like, kind of had those same sort of, like, I was gonna do it, but, like, this one had, like, that... You know, like that
overdrawn language.
The gothic undertones that, like, the earlier Andrews / Needs, but mostly Andrews books, had that sort of, like, really fell by the wayside, I think, like, with...
The short boys.
Yeah, with the short boys. So she's not allowed to... Kathy, not allowed to be anywhere close to naked about anyone else. And Mother taught her how to bathe herself at age 3. And that's totally a great and safe age for a child to bathe alone. And being alone is also a great opportunity for inappropriate daddy visits.
Yeah, that's a shorter version of what I wrote. So, being in charge of your own body was Mother's most important thing, as well as hygiene. To be naked in front of anyone was to be avoided at all costs.
Like 3 years old, you're like, yep, pour the water in, don't drown. Like, what the fuck?
It's too late to stop being weird. That's someone's quote, but I don't know who said that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Bath inspection by Daddy. Nope.
Oh, he was like, oh, hey. And she's like, ooh. Because, like, Mother was, like, downstairs, and there's no way she'd come in when she was taking a bath anyways. And he was just like, I heard you learned how to take a bath by yourself. You want to show me how you wash yourself? And he's like, oh, good, yeah.
This is also the story Fern told Jimmy and Dawn about her adoptive parents. Mother doesn't believe...
Oh, so wasn't there, like, a fingy dip? Like, oh, the water's just right.
Yeah.
Everyone's always checking water. Unless they're giving you a scalding hot bath of Lysol.
Yeah. Mother doesn't believe she's getting breasts, ? Girls rush everything these days. And she's like, look at these. And she's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, she's like, oh, do you want... She's like, how dare you start unbuttoning your blouse at the table?
Let me show you at the breakfast table. Immorality can infect you. Daddy special girl barf emoji.
Yeah, so he, like, Dad comes to the room. And he's like, hey, so...
Special.
Mom said that, you know, like... Your mother was like, can you show me what you were talking about? And he's like, yes, well, I'll talk to her. And that's when, like, the sports bra, the tight sports bra comes out. And then he comes in when she's bathing, and like, she's all red under the...
hang on. Mother is disgusted by Kat's development. Cleavage by 9. A tingle. LOL, Mother definitely doesn't want to talk about that. Kisses were as rare as exotic birds in our house, which I felt was a delightfully that's a good descriptor.
And then again, like, that was the second time exotic birds were even in this one. Exotic birds happen a lot. Trapped ones.
So it's normal bra time, but Mother keeps.
Was it the bird that Belinda had?
It's loose.
What happened to that bird?
We don't fucking know.
What fucking happened to Belinda's bird?
So she gets finally a normal bra, but keeps outgrowing them, and maybe her hormones are wrong. So Daddy goes from dabbing cold cream on the underboob redness.
Yeah, there was creams for the redness from the sports bra. Because he, came in while she was bathing, and he was... Or, maybe she was complaining to him, these are too tight. Look, I don't know. Look, she feels like they have a really comfortable relationship, because
she's like,
he's the only one who seems... just interested in he's just like, okay, we have a relationship, we know your mom's kind of cold, so but
what's bothering you?
She doesn't need to know about this because you know how she is. He really paints it because she's so fucking sheltered. I absolutely I feel like this is a very believable way for her to be not understanding things.
It's a perfect setup for victimhood.
Absolutely, yeah. Sometimes I think, where's the common sense in some of these things? Not victim blaming, but being that doesn't really track. This one, really tracked. Yep. So yeah,
creams.
Titties. Yeah, so he was doing cold cream under the titties, and then all of a sudden there was a
full body oil time.
Yeah, just to make sure her skin stayed soft.
Skin so no.
He's lay down on the bed and just rubbed oil all over her. Cool.
Secretly, it's a fucking if it's a secret, it's not okay. There's a lemonade break, and Jade wants the tea on Kat's mother. No. It is determined that Kat needs therapy and some friends, but she wants normal friends, not therapy friends.
Oh,
buddy.
Mother would not allow any talking or books about puberty, and Kat just felt like a confused freak. Because she was trying to figure out, what's happening to me,
And we talked about this with Sylvia. Tingles happen.
Yeah. Well, also, with, Emily, who ended up looking at at a book on anatomy to try to figure out what was going on, or...
Lillian.
Yes, Lillian.
Yes.
Because she had the older sister, Emily, who was I can't believe you. Because she got her period. Or she's it's too early. You're wicked. And
you're wicked. Would give Menzies.
So poor Cass is trying to figure it out because her mom's being this isn't okay for you. And she's well, maybe if I found out, that would be great. There's a sex ed class in her school that,
yes.
Literally doesn't really teach you anything, it sounds like. It was just very, things. Jesus.
Mother, we're up to about 8th grade now. Mother disapproves of friends, except for friend Kelly. No makeup, religious family. She has no figure yet, so that is virtuous.
Yep. Her mom, read an article about how, peer pressure ruins your children. So, she just, puts, Kathy, under...
glass.
Just interrogation status. If she mentions one friend, it's just well, what did you talk about? When you talked about this, what did you say? Then what did she say back? What did her parents do? Where does she live? How does she dress? And so, Kat doesn't have any friends, but except for, yes, virtuous.
Kelly.
Her father's a preacher, I guess, and her mom, I don't know, is just a lady.
So they get to hang out, they'll study, they go to each other's houses, and she's approved friend Kelly.
Yep.
Approved friend Kelly said, why don't you come to dinner on Friday?
Ooh, sorry. Kelly's mother is in a wheelchair. And Kat's mother liked that too.
She was she's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, she's just oh, well, clearly she doesn't. She's not vain or anything like that. Oof. And Kat thought to herself, maybe if my mom was in a wheelchair like Kelly's, she'd be more loving. And the other girl's yeah, because she'd have to depend on you and stuff.
Really weird transactional kind of
I just thought but yeah, what a secret sort of thought for your put away heart. Maybe if my mom was disabled, she would appreciate me. Woof. Anyways,
yeah.
So
let's go. She's can I have dinner at Kelly's on Friday? And she's we must run through the formal training of formal etiquette, because formal dinner, because of preacher man, and they will do the formal things and your salad fork.
A full, huge volume of etiquette that probably came out of the 1800s, leather bound. And she keeps being your father never cared about table manners. Your father doesn't care about this. He just can't take the time to teach you this. And it's they don't even say grace. And she's but don't tell them that we don't say grace. Just do it. Say amen loud. Make sure you project your amen. And they go through a whole freaking thing, and Kat's in her mind oh, they're just fucking we're literally opening pizza boxes.
Yeah. Yeah. it's going to be actually a secret party with boys. The music is bumping when Kat arrives.
She's afraid her mom's going to hear.
Yep.
But she was already out the door.
Kelly at the door has her midriff exposed and her feet too.
She was barefoot. Uh-oh. What's that? No socks? We know what that leads to.
She could have had a fancy flippy flop.
But Kat was also worried that, like, her mom might walk her to the door, but then she's like, oh, like, luckily my mom's kind of shy, too, so she just wants to get, like, get out of the car, bye, I'll be back at this.
There are boys, they're offering rums and cokes.
Always rum. Rum is the drink in these books.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, what's her hootie face? Jennifer had, like, vodka, but
Yeah.
a lot of times it's
Rum and coke.
Yeah, like the...
Because coke is the drink of teens.
Gotta drink the Conca-Conkla. Right, like Ruby and Giselle.
Yeah.
They, like, that was the drink
Yeah.
for the... I don't know. Just, it just fits... That's the teenage
That's
drink.
what you expect.
Rum and Coke.
So Kat turns into a drunken, laughing mess.
Yeah, because there's a deviled burrito.
Oh, yeah. I
And she
forgot about
starts
that.
giggling, and she just thinks it's hilarious, and then, like, while she's laughing, the boys are
It's like...
one of the boys is like, we better stop her, she's jiggling too much. She, like, went over to, like, grab her, and then, like, she didn't realize he had, like, unbuttoned her blouse and, like, whipped a titty out.
There's a titty whippings and an unbuttoning happening.
Yeah, a lot of non-consensual titty grabs. Like,
Yes.
a lot of them.
Surprisingly, a non-consensual titty grab.
And, like, they're just all honking, and then she gets really upset, and then...
As one should.
And, of course, like...
Abruptly, the party scene ends.
You know, they're like, oh, geez, what a buzzkill. And she has to, like, sober up. And so she's, like, getting fresh air and whatever. Because she's saying... I don't think Niederman's ever been drunk, because people just sober the fuck up in, like, 20 minutes in these books. They're like, I was... Woo! I don't know. She just, like, got high and drunk for the first time, and, like... She's gonna be good.
She just had to pull it together.
She's gonna be good by the time she gets picked up for that. Like, it's not a sleepover. Anyways.
So, to avoid any questions, she's like, you were right, Mom. Everything you said was right.
Yeah, like, somehow her mom did, like, she was just... Oh, yeah, because almost immediately, she's like, how was dinner? And she's like, just like you said. And then she was so, like, up her own ass about how
right she was.
Right she was, that she didn't notice anything else. Like, she didn't notice Kat went right up to her room. She didn't notice, like, maybe you smell drunk, like you barfed, and a weeds. Nothing.
A singular wheat. Well played, Kat. The anxiety of keeping the secret leads to 2 weeks of nightmares, which is an opportunity for Daddy to come in during the night and give a hands-on lesson about touching.
Yeah, so, unfortunately, too, the, like, the girls at school start being, like, shitty, and, like, obviously they're, like, spreading rumors because...
That always happens.
And the girls have this conversation about, like, well, yeah, they were spreading rumors, so that way if you did tell the truth, they were already saying, like, oh, no, she got hammered and showed people her tits. I guess her dad, like, comes in the middle of the night and is just like, I was just getting a glass of milk. Are you crying?
From your milky titties.
Ew! Anyways, and so she ends up saying what happened at the party, and he's like, oh, this is the opportunity for me to show you what the difference between good touches and bad touches. It's like, that's bad, but like...
These are all bad.
But this is nice, right? No, just relax.
Stop, don't.
Relax.
I don't like that.
Yeah, barf. Barf, barf, barf. And then my next note is, I don't know, Misty likes Barry Manilow? I don't know what...
Yeah, I thought that was did not know
just
that.
a 17-year-old in frickin' Beverly Hills listening to Barry Manilow.
There's...
What?
Yeah, then they do a lunch break. At lunch there's talk about Kat's house. Her parents never had a great romance. Mother's father did investing with Daddy, and then was like, I got a daughter. And married.
Investing in what? Like...
The market.
The
non-specific financials.
Like, it seemed like mother got married because her father was just like, you're gonna end up a spinster, and so you're never gonna find anyone. So she kind of like just married out of spite too, to be like,
the wedding pics.
Tell me.
Wedding pics show her going through the motions. Jade asks again why they adopted her. Friends, Kat doesn't seem to know. All right, I'm just saying, like, it seems like, well, why they fucking adopt you? Like, what a question.
Maybe it's a rhetorical question. Like, geez, like, why then? Like, if they didn't even like each other, why would they want to, like, bring kids in? Like, maybe it's more rhetorical than it sounds. There's also, I thought it was sad. She's, like, talking about finding the pictures and how her mom just was like, whatever. And then she says something like she's not good. Like, when you get married, you're supposed to, like, glow so that the photographer doesn't need a flash. I don't know, I just thought that was sweet and kind of sad. That she was just like, my mom was just a dead bulb.
She was a dead bulb, not a glowing bulb.
A dead bulb, like, whose eyes? Was that Star's mom when she was, like, talking about how... no, Misty's mom was, like, the pinball machine with the dead bulb eyes.
Teacup eyes.
No.
Oh.
Teacup eyes was the boy. Dead bulb eyes was Misty's mom.
All right,
Anyways.
so back on track. The parochial school is having a healthy, clean school dance, and Daddy advocates for her to go to the dance. So basically, the school is like, hey, your kids need to learn to be social. This is like a really controlled environment. It's not going to be slutty, I promise.
Yeah, and
It's not going to be slutty, I
mother's
promise.
like, but, and then her dad's like, well, seriously, don't you think that, like, this sounds like exactly the thing that
What you
she
want.
should be doing? So she has something to base it on, where she can just, like, compare everything else to this, like, very wholesome, controlled dance environment. Aren't you worried about stuff all the time? Come on.
Daddy advocates, and and so Mummy's like, Mummy is like, but the makeup's, and Daddy's like, the lipstick can be just this one time of the lipstick. It's just that the lipstick was specifically mentioned.
And, Kat had mentioned a lot of times that, like, her dad would just kind of, like, shrug, keep reading, like, anytime, like, never...
Interject.
Yeah, never interject, never, like, what do you call it when you contradict mother. And this time was the only time she remembered
He was
where
like,
he was
"Whoa,
like, no, but this. No, it'll be fine. No, you're being silly. And that pisses me off, because if it's that fucking easy for you, Jack...
Jack Daddy. Hey, Jack Daddy. So let's talk about the dress.
Oh, boy.
So what kind of dress does Mother pick?
So they go to places, and of course every place is too horrible. And then
It's too slutty.
they find this random
I'm picturing
shop.
very Edwardian.
Yeah, where she just buys her this horrible green dress that, like, looks like it came out of the
collar and puffy
1800s.
sleeves.
No skin is being shown. It's the hem's down to her ankles, and her mom's like, "It's perfect."
So Kat tries it on, and Dad's like, we can just unbutton the top here, show what you got. That's how it starts.
Well, yes, but that she shows it, and, like, her dad's like, "That looks like a costume," and she's like, "This sucks." And she goes up to her room, and her dad follows her up, and he's just like, "Let me see," and, like, unbuttons it, and he's just like, just flash some cleave. And then he sniffs her and tells her she smells good, and that he'll teach her about birds and bees before the dance. He says, "Don't you smell sweet?"
Yes, I wrote that. Daddy will prepare for the birds and bees. Nope. He also then secretly buys her a fashionable dress, and he's like, "I'll be your mirrors." And
Yeah,
mirrors.
icky role play happens
Yeah.
in the name of proper teaching.
Dance practice. Your quoting Daddy. Your body is armed, loaded, and ready to explode. It's another, like, hormones are exploding inside of your ovaries.
And you need to know how to deal with these feelings. I'm just helping you.
So they have a practice of sneaking out of the dance with a boy.
Oh, yeah.
So there's, like, the regular gross dance practice, and he's like, well, what if the boy wants to sneak out? And she's like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, what if he wants to sneak out of the dance with you? We have to roleplay that.
And then she's like, "Yeah, I thought it was, like, silly at the time because he, like, changed his posture and his voice and, like..."
Hold on. So then, hold on. And so he's like, well, let's, like, what if I'm handsome boy? And I say, let's go out. Let's go to my car. He's like, let's go to my car, Kathy. Let's go to my car. And it's Mom and Dad's bed.
He's like, "What would you say?" And she's like, "I'd say no." And he was like, "But what if you didn't say no? We should probably practice that."
She's like, I guess so. So her dress is most of the way off before Daddy reels it, and he's like, "See how easy it is to get trapped under Daddy's penis?"
It was, oh my God.
It was bad.
Because she was like, he's like, "The first problem was you didn't hesitate to get in the car. You didn't lay down any boundaries." See, she was like, "Everything happened fast." Like, I know. That was,
Exactly.
you should have known to expect. That's why I'm teaching you.
This is why we're practicing.
Yep. And then she has, like, a weird dream about corn arms.
I didn't note that, but
She had a dream where, like, arms were coming out of the ground like corn stalks. It was a weird... I wrote corn because I think that's funny. Weird dream about corn arms.
Breakfast the next morning, mother is complaining about the electric stove and modern appliances because this is the 1940s.
So, okay. So if they were born in 80... If Kathy was born in 1982...
How old are you in 8th grade? 12?
13.
12 or 12 or 13?
13.
Okay.
So if... Let's say Kathy... We're just going to go with 82 because it's 99 and they're 17.
Okay.
So, how old was her mother when she was born? Or when they...
20-something?
So she was like the age... Yeah, so like... Her mom was born in like 19... Between like, let's say 1955 and 1962. Or something like that.
Where electric appliances were the standard.
Yeah. But she could have grown up in a house that didn't have them. You know what I mean? Like, that had some older stuff. I'm just trying to work this through so it makes sense. It really, like, busted open when you realized that they're our age at this time. And I was like, okay, like, because I'm picturing...
An old-timey time.
Well, no, I was, like, picturing 99 still being, like, very close to now times, like, future. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Where, like, no, the 70s were 20 years ago as opposed to, like, 40 years ago now. 50 years ago. That's what I'm saying.
So Kat, the next day, overhears a popular girl,
Debbie Hartley,
relate an experience very much like Daddy described.
Mm-hmm. Her boyfriend Alex tried to get her to go too far in the car, and Kat's like, so glad Daddy has my best interest in mind.
It lends kind of credibility to this whole gross grooming situation.
And that night,
Daddy comes home drunk, and it's time to continue lessons. We have the hardness against the leg and the special area touching.
Yeah, the lesson moves to acknowledging vagina tingles and feeling boners. And she's so grateful that he's taking the time to make sure she's prepared.
Star's like, didn't you know that was wrong? And I was like, girl, like, that is some victim-blaming stuff. She's
And
like,
that's but I think, like we talked about before, like, Kat was like, listen... there was no, like, we didn't have, like, TVs. Like, I didn't have magazines. I didn't have anything, like, I didn't have anything current. I had no friends to talk about this stuff. My mom wouldn't talk about this stuff. Like from the beginning, like, it was just acknowledged that, like, okay, like, you know, your mom's not a super, like, emotional, affectionate, sensitive lady, so you can get that from me. Like, she had no context. So she's so, like sadly ignorant to what's good and bad. Like,
Daddy has business in Santa Barbara, and he's like, why doesn't the whole family come along? We'll have a hotel time. Now, we know it was said before that Mother was a bit of a germaphobe, so fucking course she's not going to want to go to Santa Barbara and go to the hotel.
Someone else's sheets,
bed. Ugh.
Why would someone pay to sleep somewhere else? Sleep somewhere where other people sleep.
Germs. And Daddy's like, well, Kathy and I will go. And gosh, she gets lots of gifts on the way there. We got like a tight sweater.
Yeah.
And tight pants. And he's like, look at them things in that sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also with the dress, he's hiding it in his trunk.
Yes.
Because Kat's mom...
snoops every day.
Every day goes through all of her stuff. I don't remember what she found one time. I think it was something very innocuous that she got flipped out about.
A very busy day for her. Every day going through the stuff.
Yeah, right? So, like, Daddy's like, I'll keep the new fancy up-to-date dress...
in my trunk.
And like, I'll drive you to the dance, and we'll just pull over somewhere
on the side of the
where
road.
you can change, and then I'll take secret pictures of. Oh fucking okay.
Oh fuck.
It's our yeah.
Hey, when they get there, it's weird. The room's not the suite that he ordered. It's one room with a big bed. That's weird. You know what? That's fine.
I think he says like, "Oh, I got it because the bed's big enough. Who cares?" Like, I think he says something about it being more practical. There's plenty of room.
She has such a free afternoon on the beach away from Mother. It's actually quite sad in retrospect.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm in like, I feel cute. I'm feeling my oats. I feel cute in this outfit. I'm on the beach. And it's just like, Mom's not here.
She took a little napsy.
Yeah, Mom's not here to be fucking weird at me.
He bought her like some shitty, like beach jewelry.
I love that she was like, it wasn't expensive. Well, obviously garbage, but it was just what everyone else did.
Yeah, like seashell puka shell necklaces.
One of them stuff that you know it's not sterling silver.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna turn your finger green.
Oh, so
It's
green.
$5, but like, it's a cute one.
But yeah, she doesn't, like, there's never anything frivolous like that happening.
Yes, they have like a little dinner, some shopping, and it's final lesson time. No, none of us like the term, it's final lesson time. Now who's clapping?
So they're like getting, he's doing
A sexual assault?
yeah, and she's like, "Don't, Daddy, this is wrong." Like, she knows at this point, even though she's very ignorant to things, like this is not okay. But then, you know,
He's like, no.
he tells her she's adopted before sexually assaulting her. Said it was only wrong if he was her real daddy, quote unquote. And Jesus fucking chuckles. What a great timing for that was.
What a moment. What a moment.
I am grateful there weren't really any details. It was just like she just said it hurt, and like that was about it.
Yeah, there was nothing about like entering or hardness or yielding.
Nudging. Ugh. Ugh.
Anyway,
And then she's like kind of cold and distant the next day, and he's like, "What's the matter? You tired or something? What's going on?"
fucks up.
Yeah. Aren't you excited for the dance? And she's like,
She is not. She's not in the mood to dance, but Daddy prods her along. He's like, what about the dress? And I'm gonna take some pics of your dress. She has like a little breakdown in the
she has a
bathroom,
psychotic break.
Like a breakdown.
where she's like looking at herself, and she just like can't. She's in the.
Her home, back at home.
Well, no, she's in the shit dress. She's
That's
in
right.
the costumey, very dress, and she just loses it. Looking at herself in the mirror, just starts laughing, and then like. She's laughing so hard that like she can't walk, and she starts just like sliding down the stairs on her
fucking
stomach.
Weird. Like she saw the ring, and she's like,
Yeah, seriously. And then like she looks up, and like both her parents are just like staring at her, being like, "What the?"
and she's like,
fuck?
ah! And like somersaults over the end.
Yeah, and then they called the paramedics, and like she just kind of blacks out, but apparently was like talking about things that had happened,
The
lessons. Yeah.
Yeah, awakens in the quote-unquote mental health floor with not much working memory. Another doctor comes in with a hypnosis a la Laura. Laura!
I just found out one of my friends.
Underwent hypnosis?
No, his therapist has been using it secretly. Yeah.
We'll offline this, but I'm going to want the deets.
Well, not just like there's like group meditation sessions, but he uses like hypnosis on that, and like, and just so you know, it's very gray area whether or not it's illegal to hypnotize someone without their knowledge.
Wow!
Yeah, like I couldn't find a straight answer because I was like, this is not okay. It's
Wow!
Yeah, it's wild. Like he found out, like, oh, okay, my therapist apparently is also like this super new age crystally doctor that like is part of this society. It's wild, but yeah.
Anywho,
Hypnosis, it can work for people, but you should always get consent before you do anything to a person.
with anyone in their care. Daddy does not deny it, and divorce happens kind of away from Kat's observation. It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
The divorce happens.
Well, because I think she's like,
still in the mental health ward. There were rumors about Daddy and his sister. Of course there were. Why wouldn't there be?
it was just such a throwaway.
Oh yeah, maybe he fucked his sister.
Like, did we even know that he had a sister?
There was like mystery extended family.
Yeah, I know, but like it was just like,
Maybe that was why they never talked. She still doesn't know why she was adopted. And Kat's like, I guess I still have a lot to learn. Therapy dismissed.
yep.
Done.
So yeah, like the laughing fit slurming down the stairs,
Slurming.
mental health floor, and then eventually to Dr. Marlowe. Like, it is prescribed. They're like, no. That's why the CPS was involved because of the abuse, and then they're like, no, but, and you know, mother was
Like we forgot to mention that also. I think everyone's parents have to talk to Dr. Marlowe, or is it just Kat's because of CPS?
No, everyone. I believe that she talked to everyone's parents before, or at least their mothers.
So Jade at the end, they're all going home. So Kat's mom rolls up, and Jade's like, "Is that your fucking mom?" I kind of love how much Jade hates Kat's mom.
Yeah.
She's like, "Is that your fucking mother?"
At one point,
Say hi to your mother for me.
At one point,
think
Jade
we've had
like
a thing.
yells at Dr. Marlowe, and it's like,
think we-
how can you send her back there? Like, this is wrong. She's getting hit. And then Dr. Marlowe's like, there are things that you don't know.
Now that we know everything,
Yeah, what don't we know? Now that we know everything, what don't we know?
I think we found a transformer. Is that your mother?
What?
So, I guess Marky Mark is in Transformers. and he can't not have a Boston accent. He's like, we found a transformer.
Why did that just come up?
Because I was doing a Marky Mark voice.
Oh, okay.
So Jade's like such a mother. Say hi to your mother for me. And
Like struts over to the car.
and everyone's like, oh fuck, and she's like, hi, we love your daughter.
She's amazing.
She's so good.
Bye.
Bye.
And then the other girls are like, hi, Mrs. Gatsman. Have a good day. And like, yeah, that was really great. They also decide that Jade is the president of the orphan
without parents.
With orphans with parents
Sorry. Oh god, fuck. Yeah, sorry.
crew. And then
She's like, I have to call everyone. Everyone give me your numbers.
yeah, well, someone else was going to get it. And they're like, no, we'll give it to Jade. He's like, no, I will take all of them. And like, we will have whatever. And like, now we're a group.
Now we're a group.
Now we're the 4 musketeers. We're the 4...
They're not orphan tears. They're not
the
orphan tears.
4 children tears.
Child of tears.
Ooh. We were the 4 teen of tears. Anyways.
So then Kat's like, you know what? I feel so good and strong from my therapy. She's like, Mother, why did you adopt me?
Yeah, in the epilogue, she's finally asked her mother, because she keeps being like, I didn't ask. I don't know. I've never asked. And,
Mother denies she lost a pregnancy, which I don't know if we believe.
I don't know. I would also believe that maybe her and her father never did a sex. I don't know.
Did a singular sex.
Because she was like, no, that's not what fucking happened.
So Mother's mother got pregnant at the ancient age of 44.
That's what I wrote too. Super ancient prego.
Right before Daddy entered the picture, and Mother references like, your daddy saw an opportunity. Was he always looking for a child to groom?
Oh, maybe.
Is that? I feel like that was the implication, that like he wanted a fucking kid to groom.
You know, I don't think that she would have thought like that, because I think that because she clearly didn't know any of this was happening. So if she had a suspicion, I think she just meant like, because of the business partnership, and it was like, oh, well, I'll take care of this problem because I'm going to marry your daughter. We're going to pretend like your ancient 44-year-old wife isn't pregnant. I think it was that, like, an opportunity.
Classic Niederman false pregnancy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I know. What happened to her? Was she locked in a room? Probably.
So they're sisters? Question mark.
Yeah, half sisters, but it was weird. She was like,
Yeah. What?
yeah, they're like sisters or half sisters. They're not sure. Because she was like, so we're sisters, and she's like, I don't know, maybe half. Like, I don't know if like my mom may have been whoring around.
She might have been a whore. I never.
And then
asked. And then the fucking end. So I haven't read the back of the. There's an anthology, Into the Garden. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is because we don't read the back.
I know. Wait. No. Why did I look at it? You just talked about it. I'm sorry.
I said another Who Is My Daddy setup. So my guess is that it's going to be Kat's Who Is My Daddy journey.
Yeah, because we found out from someone's comment that this one's POV Kat.
Niederman cannot leave that alone. The Who Is My Daddy and what does he do?
Who is your daddy and what does he do? Was Oh yeah, no, we did. I was like, did we ever find out Melody? And we did, but we just didn't find out.
We don't give a shit.
No. It was. I was thinking we didn't find out about who Melody's father was, but we just didn't have resolution for Melody's story.
Yeah.
In the same way as the other. Anyways,
so that's that. And
I am a little bit more like, I don't want to say looking forward to reading this one, but I don't need as much of a break between reading Cat and Into the Garden.
Into the Wild Garden.
Into the Wild Garden as I did between the Orphans and Runaways.
See, I feel like because it's really about the short boyness of it all. Excuse me. That was a big burp.
Peanut shells on the ground. I was having bar snacks up here.
Anyway, because it looks like a good volume, and it's really that melodramatic language that is so. Like I look at the book and I go, that's ripe with it. Mm-hmm. That's juicy with it. Yeah, you're not looking at my hand.
I can see it in the periph. It's so large. Your hand is juicy.
My tiny hand is so large in your periph.
It's $3.73, which is a little bit shorter than a standard. But yeah, I'm
into it.
I'm interested. I like this one's got a step back.
Classic.
We got a way more like
something's happening. Look at her jacked up fucking haircut.
Yeah, I mean, she needs bang contour.
This is their version of chubby?
Who knows? Maybe this is... Yeah, we don't even really know that... Kat's not even necessarily described as chubby so much as she's kind of like dumpy looking because she has to wear clothes that are too big.
Her face has dumps like a truck.
Oh my God. And I'm guessing she just, like, she kind of like that, like Thora Birch in Ghost World.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like she wasn't fat. She was just like, I don't know, like
It was described to me as the I have big boobs clomp walk.
yes, that's for sure. But like, you know what I mean? Like you're like, no, you're not chubby, you're not
just
fat.
in an
like,
oversized shirt.
there's just like
The
I don't know,
it's
like you still have like a baby
Roundedness.
face. Like
It's the oversized shirt of it all.
yeah, I think a lot of that. And you know, what a missed opportunity for it to be like a size 3XL like Looney Tunes shirt
Oh my god.
with Tweety Bird with a backwards baseball cap on.
Oh!
Yeah.
Or the Tasmanian Devil.
Oh yeah, Sylvester just being like, "Hey."
It was always Tweety or Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah, those were the two. Sylvester was like the third, but yeah.
I need like
Well, I mean, like Taz was on the boys' shirts. I
had to be, like-
and then Sylvester was on both shirts, and Tweety was more on the girls' shirts.
that is
I think
so
that's
accurate.
yeah.
It's upsetting to me.
Yeah. And you had Bugs sometimes, but you're like, I'm deeper cut than Bugs.
Like if you were a girl wearing a Taz shirt, you're like I'm not like I'm not like other girls.
Like if, and you were definitely wearing this giant oversized shirt over
Like a Jinko?
leggings.
Or a Jinko jean.
No. That was separate. The oversized. Well, yeah. I'm thinking more. It started out first before the large pants.
The legging.
Was the
Stirrup pant?
Stirrup pant. Yes, it was a legging with a elastic strap that went under.
Girl, they're
the
back.
Foot.
Stirrup pants are back. They all know what stirrup pants are. If you're a Gen Zoomer, if you're a Gen Zer, you know what a stirrup pant is.
I don't know. I'm just, you know.
I'm gonna get you a stirrup pant.
I get
had
it.
some.
I know.
You were there.
Yeah, like literally was
You're
there.
describing
And
she's describing my 8th grade uniform is an oversized Looney Tunes shirt and a fucking stirrup pant.
I'm more like, it's funny because I'm like, just because you don't remember jack shit, you also don't remember that I do remember everything. That's how bad your memory is. That you keep being like, haha, and I'm like, no, I already fucking, that's why I literally said it.
So anyway, whatever we're doing now, I don't remember this, but I don't remember buying this microphone.
You did.
That's the joke.
Yeah, I know.
Great.
But I had to think about it for a second. I was like, is it because I did? Oh, you caught me. Damn it.
Goodbye. See you later.
I'll be,
Tune in for the next thing of the garden. The thing of
follow us. I hope
yeah.
you will follow us into the garden.
Next time.
Into
the next time.
Into the next
Mother.
time. Mother! Thank you for listening to VC's Pieces podcast. We hope you enjoyed it.
Technical support was provided by Boo and Matt. Thanks for answering all of my stupid questions.
Music is Dust in My Attic by Broke MC, used under Creative Commons license.
Email us at vcspiecespodcast@gmail.com with your thoughts or comments.
You can also follow us on Instagram. We are at VC's Pieces podcast.
New episodes are released every other Friday to give you time to read along. In the meantime, tell your story, do some trauma bonding.
And for God's sake, don't stay together for the kids.
Addicted to the magic, the heroes in a